Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fifth episode of The Spiritual Transformer. And my name is Randy Koo. So, again, I would like to start off by saying thank you to everybody who have watched, liked, or subscribed to my channel. Every single one of those is greatly appreciated. Thank you. And today, the fifth episode is a big one for me because this is the one where I come right out. So this episode is about E.T.s, extraterrestrials, and yes, I'm coming out by saying that I'm a big believer of E.T.s. I believe they are here. I believe they walk amongst us, and they are here to help us, right? Most of them, anyway. So that's what this is about, and it's hard because I know a lot of people out there are skeptics of ETs, and I understand. As for me, well, why do I believe so much in ETs? I have never been abducted. I have never even seen a UFO as much as I would love to. I have not seen one on the street either, obviously. Maybe I passed by a Pleiadian here and there, and I just don't recognize them because they look so much like us. I mean, who knows? I don't. But I do believe they are here. So how? I mean, without direct experience, how am I supposed to? How do I do that? Where do I get that confidence from? Well, that's because of channeled messages. So here I do. Here I come outing myself again. So yes, I believe in channeled messages. I believe in channeling, and channeling is just simply a person receiving information from an intelligent source outside of themselves. That I think is a nutshell. So it could be it could be as simple as a flash of inspiration. That could be channeling. Or it could be as in depth as actually letting an intelligent being outside of you to borrow your body for a bit to share your message, right? And a lot of go on YouTube. There's a ton of them in the spiritual community. There is just a ton of channelers. You can watch one yourself. Now, as for why do I believe in channeling so much? Well, I met one. So years ago, like something like 20 years ago, I had a my own channel message. Like I went to a psychic fair and I sat down with a channeler and I got my own message from a channel being. And it's a different experience when you sit there and eye to eye with the channeler. It felt real, and I even have a cassette tape to prove that it happened. It's somewhere around here. No cassette player though, so I can't hear what was said, and I don't remember much, but I do remember it being very vivid, and it's real enough for me. So when messengers claim that they are channeling off-world extraterrestrials, and I read their messages, I believe them because I've had direct experience with channeling. Channelers, actually. So, which brings me to this. So, recently I read a book. I'm going to try to bring it up on screen now. Recently I read a book called The Prism of Lyra, and its authors are Lisa Royal and Lisa Royal and Keith Priest, right? So again, I'll try to put a screenshot up. And this book called The Prism of Lyra is deep, very deep. By that I mean, it doesn't just talk about UFO sightings or alien abductions with like just anecdotal stories or whatever. The author, Lisa Royal, is a channeler, and she channels a group of people called the Pleiadians. So from the star Pleiades, I think. Specifically one Pleiadian called Sasha. I believe her name is Sasha, and she's a Pleiadian, and that's what Lisa Royal channels. And this book here is about galactic history, believe it or not. Yeah, history of ETs. Not just that, but a history of ETs with connection to Earth, right? So we're getting a bit of Earth history into it. We're getting a lot of galactic history on it. The book isn't very big, so don't expect like huge stories about galactic aliens doing their galactic alien things. It's just a very, very brief history, but I find it fascinating. I mean, the history of Earth is fascinating enough to me, but the history of the entire galaxy from the perspective of extraterrestrials is crazy. I love it. I love this book. I read it cover to cover, and it really, really resonates with me. So, why am I talking about this today? Why am I talking about this book? Why am I talking about E.T.s? Well, because in this world, especially in 2025, this world has gone a little bit topsy turvy. According to a lot of people, it's pretty crazy out there. I don't even want to go into it in detail, and a lot of people are affected. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are looking outside. They don't like what they see. A lot of people want change. They want things to just get better. Just do it. Change for the better. And a lot of people in the spiritual community, maybe, or just anybody else who believes in ET for that matter, might want to say, well, I want extraterrestrials to come down and fix all of it. Tell us what to do. And I will tell you this right now, from all the messages I've been getting, all the messages I've been reading, all the messages I've watched on YouTube, they all say the same thing. ETs aren't going to come until we're ready for them. And by that, I mean they're not going to come to tell us what to do. They're not going to come and fix us for them, fix our world. They're not. We have to do it. And until we are ready as a human collective to step up and fix our own shit, they're just gonna stay in the background, help us. And so how are they gonna help us? They help us right now just by keeping a close eye on us, make sure nothing really bad happened to us. And when I say really bad, I'm talking about cataclysmic shit that I don't even want to go into because it's so scary. But yeah, they're there to help us. But most of all, they're here to help us with these messages, channeled messages in this book, The Prison of Lyra, with information. That's how they're willing to help us. But us as humanities, we really have to help ourselves first and foremost, right? And reading this book, I understand why. Because when you start reading The Prison of Lyra, it's the stuff they talk about is insane. I mean, they start the book with quite literally the beginnings of the galaxy, the universe, about all these extra dimensional beings and how they incarnate into physical bodies. I mean, it's crazy. But one of the things I find the craziest thing is that everybody just kind of seems to be figuring it out as they come along. So apparently the purpose of even being incarnated into a physical body, like we all are, the whole purpose is just to have a physical experience with polarity and separation and all that good stuff, right? That's our purpose. We're here to experience it. But it seems like the how and why and where, well, it just don't know. We just can't figure it all out. And when I read this book, I get the feeling that even ETs who've been here for like way, way longer than us as humans, they were just all figuring this shit out. There's like no rules, no playbook. Just come down here and do your best and just figure shit out, right? And that's kind of what I got. Like, I'm not sure when I read about galactic history, when I read this book, I'm not sure that ETs are higher dimensional beings even know what they're doing sometimes. I don't know. I mean, because a lot of these galactic beings, their history, some of them kind of look like ours. I mean, they made their mistakes. I mean, they've had their wars, right? They've had their inequality, I guess. They've had their brutality. And, oh man, it's like looking in a mirror, right? The fact that ETs, they might be advanced than us. And there's a reason why they're so advanced, right? Because they've evolved, right? And that's another point to this. It's the book is also a story of evolution. They talk about the ET histories from the perspective of evolution. Yeah, sure. In the beginning, they were just mucking around. They don't know what to do. They don't know what they were doing. Kind of like us as humans, really. But they grew out of it. They grew out of it how? By evolving. They learned their lessons. They fixed their mistakes. as a collective, mind you, not just as individuals. And they get better and better in terms of how who they are. They just get better at that. They realize more of who they are. I think that's the whole point. And their society, according to this book, their societies now, all these E.T.s, they came a long way. They don't look anything like what they used to have, what our history looks like, really. And I think that's the most fascinating thing. Everything's evolving, but in the beginning, they really didn't know what they were doing, and for a long time, they didn't really know what they were doing. The book mentions that there were at least 2 planets destroyed, like Death Star, like that. At least 2 planets that had that happen to them, something like that. They won't go into specifics. And I don't want to make light of it, but because it's really, really tragic. Imagine losing Earth, right? But if your galactic history as a species involves planets being blown up, then you fucked up. I mean, there's no way to say it. And I'm sure that, it's, according to the book, all that stuff is ancient history. And it seems to me like they've healed from it. But at one point in time, even E.T.s have fucked up. Big time. But what they have done, and I think is what humanity needs to do, is to learn their lessons. Figure out their mistakes, heal their trauma, all that good stuff, right? They've done it. They've evolved. They're here on Earth. And through books like these, through other channelers, they're trying to teach us to do the same thing. But other than that, they're not going to come here and tell us what to do. So I think that E.T.s, I know a lot of people out here are looking to E.T.s to fix things for us, but they're not. But E.T.s they're already offering what E.T.s offer best, which is their own wisdom, their guidance, their healing, their experiences, so that we do not have to make the same mistakes as they do. And they're watching out for us in that sense. Watching out for us in that sense. And I'm really happy for it. I mean, I don't want to skip straight to the end of the line and have people give me the answers. Personally, I think it's more fun to figure it out. Just so long as we don't destroy ourselves, right? And I think for anybody who is looking outside of humanity for solutions, I think we are already getting the best thing out there already. We are getting the wisdom that they've earned through millions of years of their civilization. We are getting the best of it. If we all pay attention, it doesn't even have to be E.T.s, if we all pay attention to messages from anybody who maybe just have that much more wisdom than ourselves, right? Everybody has something to share. I think if we pay attention to that, whether it's E.T.s or not, just get their wisdom, just get their experience, get their history, so that we don't repeat their mistakes or our mistakes, right? I think that's the best thing humanity can hope for, and I think wisdom is the best thing that E.T.s are giving to us right now, and they are giving it to us. So that concludes this podcast. To be honest with you, if this 5th episode seems a little disjointed, it's because it's my second time doing it. The first time I didn't hit the record button and I lost everything. I hope I did it justice again, but if not, hey, let me know in the comments. I screwed up, right? I fucked up, and yeah. So if you like this message, give me a like, drop a subscribe, or is it the other way around? I might keep getting mixed up, but leave a comment. But thank you very much for watching, and my name is Randy Koo, and you've been watching Spiritual Transformer. Thank you, and I will see you again next time. Cheers.